No, it's not creepy at all.
The new film Jigsaw acts as both a sequel and a reboot, so while it does continue the basic story, the ongoing legacy of crazy John Kramer, it doesn't require any specific knowledge about the previous films, which, given how complicated they got by the end, isn't a bad thing. Before we review this thing, make sure you're subscribed to Universe for more movie reviews and TV show breakdowns. Now let's see if Jigsaw plays the game. That was cheesy. The movie begins with a punchy cold open. A man named Edgar is on the run from the cops, claiming he's holding a button that, if pressed, will begin a series of new games. He's shot, the button is pressed, and in an unknown location, 5 strangers awaken. All of them have buckets on their heads, chained to a wall of spinning blades. A familiar voice emerges from the speakers. It's John Kramer, supposedly dead for a decade, informing them that a new series of games is about to begin.
I'm sure you're all wondering why you're here. You deny culpability, no doubt, for the circumstances in which you find yourselves. Salvation can be yours. An offering of blood that will set you free.
For much of its running time, it's a series of 2 intercut storylines. There's a quintet of victims, all of whom have a dark secret and must work together to survive a series of deadly tests. Every time one dies, the mutilated body is left for the cops to find. A jigsaw-shaped piece of flesh cut from them. We also have detectives Halloran and Hunt, who are working with a pathologist named Nelson and his assistant Eleanor to figure out if the killer is really Kramer back from the dead. Like the victims, these characters all have dark pasts and no one is really who they seem. The directors had previously stated that Jigsaw would be a little more fun than previous films, and it's true that the sadism is dialed down a little. But fans shouldn't go away too disappointed on that front. There's still plenty of limb-lopping, head-splitting, and flesh-melting. The plot just about hangs together, despite a barrage of twists in the last 10 minutes, but it probably shouldn't be thought about too much how it fits in with the larger Jigsaw story. Key characters, such as Kramer's wife Jill or his previous apprentices, are barely mentioned at all. Jigsaw is unlikely to win non-fans over, and it's certainly not the best in the series, as it lacks the first movie's claustrophobic intensity and Saw 6's satirical bite. It has little of the hyperactive editing style that gave the earlier films their own visual identity, and with the exception of Belle, who can still terrify with a few words spoken through a dictaphone, the performances are solid but hardly spectacular. But it is fast-moving and entertaining, and still miles better than that terrible movie Saw 3D. If this is the first in a new series of Saw films, I say let the games continue. For more on the history of the Jigsaw Killer, click this video above my head, and for more Halloween gore movie reviews and TV show breakdowns, be sure you're subscribed to Universe. Thank you so much for watching. I love you to death.
Brought to you by The Evil Within 2. The Evil Within 2, available now.